But I this morning, like, because I think we had a really good summer, good dry, warm summer, and it seemed to go for a long time. And then winter's come, and this morning our house was like colder than ever. And so I have a pretty set routine on days when Iana's in daycare, which is like I'll roll out of bed, I'll make everyone breakfast, get them all set, and then when Iana's ready to go to daycare, I'll drop her off, and then I'll zip off to the gym. And then once I get a workout done, then I get on with my day. But this morning, I'm like, just the idea of just even leaving the house. And so I went to my drawer and I pulled out my trusty skins, my thermals. Not my thermals, but like, what do you call them? Like the compression tights.
None of these are making it better. Your Lululemons. You got out your Lululemon yoga pants.
No, my skins, my Under Armour compression tights.
Wow. But they are just Lululemons for men. They're like
Lululemons.
That
I need. These are more form footing. This is like stupid, sexy Flanders.
Yeah, I mean, but I think those ones are available at your Lululemon. You could go in for your
compression
stupid,
tights?
sexy. Yeah, well, I mean, I think compression tights is honestly a branding thing. I think most tights are compression tights. Like,
okay, I'm typing in Lululemon compression.
Okay.
And you're right. They do men's compression tights.
There you go.
Oh, stupid, sexy Lululemon. Things. I mean, imagine being a model for compression tights. I could not be a model for compression tights. I mean, these are. I'm looking at some gams right now. I'm telling you right now.
Are you wearing something over your tights at the moment?
Yes.
You're not just wearing your tights though, right?
No. That's a. I think there was a period when compression tights came in, and I'm going to sort of say mid 2000s. I feel like I judge everything by the footy, and I feel like footballers started wearing them like in the mid 2000s, or am I misremembering that? Late 90s?
I mean, that feels right. I don't know, mid 2000s, I think.
And if you look at photos of players back then, they'd go to training in the compression tights, but they wouldn't wear shorts over the top. And it's not good. It's not good. It's just, there's too much not left to the imagination.
It is kind of amazing, isn't it? So I've been watching like a few things that have had athletes in them recently. And there's just occasionally you're like, oh yeah. Like, it's weird that part of this sport is that we can see your dick. Do you know what I mean?
What sports have you been watching?
No, but I mean, like
sprinting.
Sprinting or any of those outfits, like swimming even to a certain extent, but like anything that has that sort of tight, tight
aerodynamic
uniform. Exactly. there's an element of like, it's weird that to compete in this sport, we've also, I mean, so the most famous case of all, of course, is, and apparently he doesn't like people to talk about this, but anyway, whatever.
He doesn't listen.
He doesn't. He absolutely does not listen. The new host of breakfast television in Australia on a television show called Sunrise, which is your equivalents of your Good Morning Americas or whatever the, Good Morning in
Standard
the UK.
breakfast TV talk show.
Breakfast television. And there's been one guy who's hosted it for 20 odd years. And then, so his replacement has just come in and it's a younger version, but not that much younger anymore, I guess. Like a guy who grew up in front of the Australian eye, and particularly one feature of him grew up in front of the Australian eye, which was sprinter Matt Shirvington.
Yeah.
Who is now, yes, a respected television presenter. But he was a white guy who used to compete in the 100 meters at the Olympics. And it was one of those things where anecdotally, you're like, well, like white guys aren't particularly good at sprinting, but maybe it has something to do with the size of the junk, because Matt Shirvington had a notoriously large and floppy penis that used to when he sprinted.
Well, I mean, notoriously floppy implies like something else. Like,
no, I mean it would be worse if he was erect. We're only seeing it when he's sprinting. I need to point out.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
It's appropriate that it's floppy in that situation. It would be much worse if it was.
It had a lot of bounce.
Erect.
Yeah.
Right. I mean that it would jiggle up and down as he sprinted. His package would move around, I guess,
especially in a slow motion replay. Like it was hypnotic. Right. It was like
and as a country,
sort of
we did a lot of slow motion replays of his dick. As a nation, we were pretty obsessed with it for a while.
Yeah, there was definitely a percentage of the
Mm.
audience that were watching the men's 100 meters final, not for the athletic endeavor, but more for the slow mo replays of 8 penises bouncing towards them in slow motion.
I mean, it was one of those things where you're like, they say that steroids shrinks your dick.
Yeah.
So I guess that's your ultimate proof that you're not
But-
juicing to be in the 100 meters. It's like, look at this thing. It's massive. It's all over the place. I've got a black eye from it.
Well, I am someone who I was late to the compression tight thing. I think maybe, ironically, living in Melbourne, that's the perfect place. Like if you're going to go exercise, going to go for a jog or something, you want to put on some compression tights. But I didn't get into it until I was in Sydney. But it gets cold enough in Sydney to wear them. But I love them. Like I honestly has made me think maybe I should wear tights
All the time.
just like all the time.
Constantly.
Not
Be a
not
tight guy.
I love the feeling of it.
Lean
I love
into
my
it.
boys having a house, but I also just love the kind of like you've got this insulation, so you can put on your tights and then you put a pair of pants over the top, and you're just toasty and warm all the time.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time since when was the last? I would have busted them out. I went skiing in October last year. That's the last time I would have worn my tights. But that was like out of context. That's a specific purpose. But now I've put them on just to go about my day.
Just to treat yourself. Just a little bit of luxury. Like having an electric blanket on the bed.
That's what it feels like. Because I hate winter. I'm not a cold person, but there's certain things I like the electric blanket, like a hot water bottle. And I'm like, so if I'm going to buy tights now, like I haven't explored this. I'm just exploring this with you now. Like, do I go to a Big W and do I just, I doubt that in the men's section there would be tights for men. So is it like hair dye where it's
if you're going into the women's section, like and buying tights at Big W, I feel like that's a different issue to whether you're strolling into Lululemon and getting some men's compression pants. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, but I don't want compression pants. I want stockings.
You just want tights, yeah.
I want because women have all kinds of lovely tights, and then you got.
So you want sexy ones?
Not sexy. No one's going to see them. It's just for me. It's just, but I just want something like warm and insulated under my pants because if the compression tights feel this good and they're made of whatever, like
some sort of synthetic
stretchy thing. Imagine if I had a nice pair of wool tights or silk tights. I mean, imagine silk would be lovely. It would feel amazing. But I don't know. Like I haven't explored it enough to know. Like, I mean, I haven't seen any. Who's the it guy, like Timothy Chalamet, or who's one of those, or Harry Styles, who's very comfortable, sort of gender bending. I haven't seen him wear tights.
Absolutely, tights for men would be a thing. Absolutely.
I guess if you're Scottish, you wear kilts and stuff. Tights would be a thing.
Bonds make a pair. You can pick yourself up.
Hang on, are they thermals or are they tights? Because thermals are different.
You're right. They are thermals. No, okay, you're right. Okay, that was a thermal.
Because I'm thinking maybe I'd pair it with a garter belt.
How about this? Men's heat gear leggings. What does that mean?
That sounds good.
Yeah. So this one, okay, I'm going to run you through some options and you can tell me what you like the best.
Okay.
So you could go with, if you're willing to spend $60, you could go with, but these still look like compression pants. They're not called compression pants or thermals, but they look like them. They're by Under Armour.
Oh, yeah.
And they're called Super Light Heat Gear. Okay, yeah, that feels still like it.
If it's by any athletic brand, it's
going to be that same sort of thing. All right, what about men's bamboo long john?
That's thermals.
Thermals? A bamboo is thermals.
Well, what you said, long johns. Long john means thermals.
Oh, does it though? Like, I mean,
what did you type into Google?
What are you saying?
Stockings?
I said men's leggings or tights.
Men's tights.
But mostly what's coming up is what you seem to think are like thermals. Like, they're not. So what is the essential difference you're looking for between a pair of thermals? I don't want it to be that sort of
shiny, stretchy, athletic. Okay. I'm wondering, is there, because maybe this is part of the market we can corner where Tofop branded men's stockings, like the men's
tights. Yeah.
But like stockings for men, but for comfort, not for athletic performance, not about like keeping your hamstrings warm, just more about
everyone relax, just putting some.
Everyone relax, be snug in winter. Right. Okay. See, everything I'm looking at is New Balance, Gymshark, RCVA, which are all athletic related. But where's the fashion tights? Oh, here we
Well,
go. I found them.
Okay.
Oh dear, these are
hang on.
hideous.
All right.
Men's camouflage. Oh no, these are compression pants again.
But this is what I think is because there's a stigma around the word tights or stockings. I don't think you're going to find stuff on the market that isn't marketed as being compressed. Like that's the manly acceptable way to say, would you like to wear a pair of tights, right?
Yeah, that's right. Everything I'm looking at, I'm just scrolling through Google Images, is all athletically centered.
Yeah.
The most kind of neutral is
Non-athletic tights we want. We don't want tights for athletics. We want fashion tights. Men's fashion tights.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So there's one here that is Morella men's footed tight ivory pants, but it's a ballet. It's not a. Do you call them ballet dance or not a ballerina? Ballafella.
A bellafella, yeah. A fellerina, I believe they call it.
Fellerina.
Yeah.
So it's a dude in white tights with the like doing a pointed toe pose. But again, I mean that I would group that in with athletic. But where are the razzmatazz for men? You remember the stockings your mum would get in that big plastic egg from the supermarket, or is that just what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about. Like, so
razzmatazz.
Look, a lot of them I've found some coloured ones. But they still like are very much bulk. So like I'm on a page now where it's like they basically look like something you might wear to Mardi Gras, more like, they're still sort of thin and colourful, pitched in that sort of thing. What about meggings? The homes of men's tights and leggings. How do you feel about that?
Good. Meggings.
Okay, let's all right, okay. Oh, okay, here we go. We got some categories here. So this is have a look at this meggings site. Find the right meggings. This is Kapow meggings.
Yeah, I
right?
found it. I'm on the same page. Yeah.
Okay. So what we have here is you got your original leggings, you've got your running and workout performance leggings, you got your metallic and special leggings, you got your supreme leggings, you've got 3/4 leggings, and you've got leggings with pockets. How do you feel about a pair of leggings with some pockets in them?
That seems weird because I would ordinarily think I'd have something over the top. What about under collections? I've got lounge leggings.
Okay. All right.
What does that look like?
I don't know.
They're all the same shiny material. This is not... See, like women's stockings are made from different materials, you got like...
What about a velvet pair?
Oh, yeah.
There's a pair of
Velvet Dragon meggings.
Or Velvet
They're
Royale.
Amazing.
How about those Velvet Royale meggings?
Okay, now we're talking.
Right? A nice pair of velvet meggings.
Oh, there's some tiger print ones as well. Velvet tiger meggings. I think I may have found my new website. I'm going to spend a fortune at this place.
I mean, they're designed by guys. For guys. This is not an ad, by the way, but if meggings...
We're done with Donut King.
If Kapow meggings want to get involved, then I think...
we could, how about this, Will? Oh, my God. Tofop branded meggings. Like we do a deal. Like in the 80s, wrestlers would have like branded tights. So like you're the Rock. So you walk out and you got the Rock printed on the bum and then there's like an insignia down the side. Tofop meggings.
Yeah.
So... tights for men. Oh, we can do leggings and meggings for the ladies and the men. I was going to say the ladies and the megs. The giant sharks out there looking to get into tights. But we do Tofop branded. We get a Fosdyke design and we whack them on some meggings because that's distinct. That's something you can pick from a mile away. You see them coming down the street, that dude listens to Tofop.
But that guy wearing tights out in public, I said, weren't you just saying behind before that you tended to cover them with something? Now you're suggesting
not that seeing the possibilities. Well, let's get some meggings going, some Tofop branded crushed velvet meggings.
So we've got the Captain Camo meggings. That's your camo color. You've got your Astra meggings, which is kind of like a blue pattern. You've got like your Neon Tiger meggings, which is your very sort of wallpaper you might find in some Northern Rivers, luxury motel.
Yeah.
And then, there's lots of different.
Have you seen the ones that look like jeans? They're Denim Dan meggings. It's like just skin tight jeans. With fake rips in them.
I think you've got some options here, is what I'm saying. I think you can spend some decent time having a look at this meggings sight, but I would love to see you get the collection of the tiger shark, snow leopard, and saber tooth Meggings.
I guess that could become my
Uh-huh.
affectation.
That could be your thing. You've always
Yeah,
been
like,
looking
you
for a
know.
thing. You could be the Meggings guy.
I'm the Meggings guy.
Yeah.
Like Charlie always wears tights, even in
Yeah.
like 40-degree, 80% humidity.
He's always
still in
wearing
the
tights.
Meggings.
He has
He's
the sweatiest crotch of all
just
time.
completely destroyed his scrotum and testicles. Like they have not breathed in ages.
Do you mean compression pants? No, Meggings.
Meggings. To see the full video, join our Patreon.
Patreon.com/Tofop.